Hi again, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Around the Town with Chuck. My name is Chuck Guglielmo, a weekly interview show where we talk with interesting people around the community. Today we are taping the show on Tuesday, February the 5th. And my guest today is a man I know very well, Steve Arsulic. Steve, how are you doing today?
Doing well, Chuck. I appreciate you inviting me out and welcome me to your program. And hello to everybody out there. Thanks for having me.
Well, we're glad to have you. Of course, Steve used to be my superintendent at Crystal. How many years were you at Crystal?
I was there 22 years.
22 years.
Yeah.
And what were the things that you did there?
Well, over the time I started out entry level, I got a packing job at Plant 1 and just kind of worked up from there and took on a supervisor's role and worked at both Plant 1 and Plant 2 and ultimately ended up had a chance to work with you for several years and a lot of great people there at Crystal. And actually, even last year, Crystal was a great supporter of the RAM Ashtabula Clinic, so it was just great to see a lot of my old friends and co-workers and colleagues kind of all show up and help out the community, so it was wonderful.
And that's a lot about what we're going to talk about is the remote area medical free clinic. And it's really a new program, right? Maybe the second or third year that we're doing this?
Yeah, remote area medical itself is new to Ashtabula County. As a matter of fact, our clinic last year in 2018, it was the very first RAM, which RAM stands for Remote Area Medical. And 2018 was the very first RAM clinic in the state of Ohio, was right here in Ashtabula County. And RAM actually got its start back in 1985, and you and I probably remember, but you remember on Sunday evenings they used to have, the Walt Disney World and the Animal Kingdom, remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, one of the guys in there was Stan Brock, and he was kind of like the muscle guy, he would wrestle the animals and things. Well, Stan actually was down in a third world country, and he got injured, and he recognized immediately that there was a need for medical care because he couldn't receive it while he was in need down there. So he started up these remote area medical clinics to go to these third world countries and provide this medical care. Then he realized, obviously, that there's a great need right here at home in the United States of America. So he started up these clinics back in 1985, and there have been hundreds of them throughout the country. But again, the very first one was in Ashtabula County last year for the state of Ohio.
I see last year it was very successful. It served a lot of people. We're going to talk more about that. But before we do, Steve, you left Crystal. Mm-hmm. And now you are an outreach pastor at Eagleville Bible Church in Roaming Shores.
Yep.
And you've been there how long?
Rock Creek. Yeah. Well, this will be actually here in March. I will have left the plant. It'll be 6 years. So
you have been gone 6 years.
Yeah, it was March 2013. I left the plant. Like I said, Crystal was a great place to work. 22 years. I never missed a paycheck. It was a great place. But I felt God's call in my life. I ended up going to seminary and was actively involved in our church down in Eagleville. Was a deacon, went to seminary, and just felt God's call in my life. And so I decided to go there. And I do outreach activities and take care of like adult ministries and things at the church, like small groups and our Celebrate Recovery program, which is on every Tuesday evening, which is a faith-based 12-step program for all of life's hurts, habits, and hang-ups and programs like that.
Mm-hmm. And this is a new church?
No, Eagleville Bible Church has been around for a long time. We actually, in May 2009, moved into the new building we're in now, right there on Route 45. We're 6 miles south of Route 90 on Route 45, and the church had originally been on Eagleville Road, on the corner of Eagleville Foreman Road there in Eagleville, which is really just west of Jefferson. And I started attending the church while I was at that small church there. And then our senior pastor, his name is Bill McMinn. He's been the senior pastor for 28 years. And so we went from this little small building we actually went to the fairgrounds, the expo center, for 5 years while we were building the other building and raising funds. And then finally in May 2009, we moved into our current location. So we're going to be celebrating 10 years there now.
Wow, that's wonderful. Yeah. The 6 years that you've been there, Steve, what would you say would be some of your accomplishments?
I think the big one is just a continuation of our Celebrate Recovery program. We're actually, for that, I've been involved with that from the groundwork of it, but we're in our 13th year of that. So I think that's a great outreach program. The opioid epidemics that's going on here, even in our own county, with the meth, the opioids, drug and chemical and alcohol addiction is one big problem in the county, but this also deals with all of other lives, whether it's relationship issues, anger, divorce, all sorts of things. Sometimes things happen in our lives and they manifest themselves in a lot of self-destructive things, so this program is very helpful there. I think with that and just continuing on some of the other outreach, we do a lot of things. We help out with RAM, Remote Area Medical. The church is a big supporter of this. We get involved with Relay for Life. We've supplied the survivors dinner for many, many years and things like that. So we try to be out in the community. As a church, we believe we're just as community minded as anybody else, and we want to be a part of that as well.
Well, good. I'm glad. Very good. Steve, let's talk now a little bit about RAM, as that's the main reason we're here. And it's what, 2-3 years old, did you say?
Yeah, this will be our second year in Ashtabula County. For RAM Ashtabula 2019 will be a second year.
Okay, and this benefits people that probably don't have insurance. Am I correct on that?
Yeah.
Fill us in on that.
Yeah. Remote Area Medical, or RAM, it's free. It's a free clinic that provides general medical, dental, and vision care. And anybody is eligible for this. It could be for the uninsured, underinsured, or somebody who simply just can't afford it and needs some of these services. These are all provided for free. At last year's clinic,
At any age? At any age levels?
yeah, at any age level, for sure. And so yeah, it's open to anybody. It's a first come, first served basis. We can talk about some of the hours there when the clinic opens up and dates.
Go right ahead.
But like last year, the clinic itself serviced 948 individuals and provided approximately $480,000 worth of actual medical care that if every one of that had been charged. We distributed 572 pairs of eyeglasses. And think about that. I don't care if you have insurance sometimes. How much do your eyeglasses cost?
Exactly.
You can come there and get an eye exam and get your eyeglasses made while you are there and get that for free. I mean, what a great service.
Yeah, that is a
there
great
was
service.
From dental, there was 500, almost 500 fillings, 500 teeth extractions. There was almost 200 cleanings, and so that's the type of service that are provided. And from the general medical, there's also physicals done, women's health services, and we even had some chiropractic services last year.
And this is at the Ashtabula Town Square?
Yeah, it's at the Ashtabula Town Square. It's 3315 Northridge East. It's the Ashtabula Mall, and it's over there by the old Dillard's building is where we were at and set up last year, and we anticipate doing that again this year.
And this year's dates are April 5th through the 7th?
Yes, April 5th through 7th, 2019. Services begin at 6 o'clock every morning, but since it is a first-come, first-served basis, they will start distributing numbers at 3 o'clock in the morning. And so we do encourage people, if you have a great need to be here, is to get there to get one of these numbers, because depending on the number of medical professionals that we have to meet the need that day, there could be potentially limited number of tickets available. So if you needed eyeglasses, there may be limited optometrists there that day. Or just by the number of optometrists, we'll limit the number of patients that can be seen. And so we have lots of dental people, general practitioners, medical, but there could be potentially a limit. So I encourage people to kind of come and get your number, get in line, get registered, and receive these for free. You don't even need any identification. Just come, just show up, you're good.
Obviously, it takes a lot of people to volunteer.
Yes.
So tell us about all the volunteers you need to help make this really successful.
There are lots of ways to volunteer. I mean, certainly if you're a licensed medical professional from dental disciplines or medical or vision, if you happen to be a nurse, EMTs, they do a triage of everybody that comes in. There's also, you don't have to be medically skilled. Much like myself, I volunteered last year. Well, I helped escort patients around. You can help someone help them to stand somebody in line so they can go to the restroom and not lose their spot. All sorts of ways you can get involved. There's lots of things to do. It takes last year we had about almost 700 volunteers over the 3-day weekend. There's time to set up, there's time to tear down, and as a matter of fact, you can go online to www.ramusa.org and you can go over to on the website and go to the volunteer tab, and you will find the Ashtabula Clinic at the Ashtabula Town Square, and you can sign up for volunteering. You can give the amount of time you can serve, what your particular skill set is, or if you just want to be a general volunteer. And then RAM will do a great job of providing you emails letting you know when to show up and the times you have volunteered for.
I remember Crystal was asking for volunteers last year, and we had quite a few people sign up for that, even volunteering to park cars.
Right. Yeah, because with the line starting potentially at 3 o'clock in the morning, there is going to be a great need to make sure the parking is organized. People get in lines and get their tickets It could be potentially, this is Northeast Ohio. We've been enjoying some pretty great days, but April 5th and 7th, its potential could still be rather chilly. So we'll have to make sure we can kind of help people endure all of that and everything. We anticipate with 948 individuals served last year, I believe with word of mouth of the clinic this year, help of your viewers spreading word and the publications and the papers and such and local media. I believe this clinic is going to explode this year, and I think there's going to be
this year.
Yeah, I think we're going to hit a lot more people, and we're going to provide a lot more services as well.
As the word gets out, like
Yes.
you say. The RAM leadership team, which you're part of it, there's quite a list here of people that are on that team. I'll mention their name and you tell me what they're responsible for. Let's start with Christy. Let's hope we'll mention the Pettick.
Yeah, Chrissy's been one of our great administrators. She's like an overall organizer of this year. Last year, Heather Johnson was the one who really kind of kicked this thing off. She's a local girl, moved out to Las Vegas and had experience at RAM Clinic and brought it back home. And Chrissy's really kind of taken that mantle up of being our organizer and leading things through. And her and Dr. Laura DeCato, just super women doing a great job, really organized. Fantastic work.
And they say my name's hard to pronounce.
Yeah, right.
Girl I know very well, works over here at University Hospitals as well, Denise DiDonato.
Yeah. Yes, Denise is helping with, she's an overall helper, helps with recruiting, helps with promotion. Denise has done a great job. Last year we did some radio spots together and things like that.
Nice girl.
Yeah, Denise is wonderful.
Of course, her husband's still at Crystal.
Yeah, Jim worked with us as well, yeah.
Tina Stajewski?
Yeah, Tina works at the ACMC, and she's another one of those ladies that is just great and overall helper in this. These are all folks part of the community host group because RAM requires out of every community where they're going to come and bring the clinic that the community host group be organized, demonstrate their ability to bring these things together. So Tina will help with recruiting. She helps with pulling the meetings together for the leaders, and she does a great job.
Are these people, Steve, that you knew before, or you just got to know them?
No, it's word of mouth started going around. I was approached by Dr. DeCato, Laura DeCato, and asked if I wanted to become part of this and help out, and I was extremely interested. It's like I said before, I mean, we at Eagleville Bible Church, we're really excited about partnering with the community. We know there's a great need here, that any way that we can help. I mean, this is an overall monumental project to pull together. I mean, between recruiting medical professionals, Dr. Lori's husband, John DeCato, he takes care of the buildings and grounds, and so you can imagine getting all the porta potties, taking care of the building rentals, chairs, tables, all these things it takes to pull this clinic off, and there's a lot of costs associated with it. So it takes a huge effort, more than one person for sure.
Dr. Deborah Crombie?
Yes, she is helping. Her and her husband are both helping with the dental aspect. They did a great job last year. They worked a lot of hours at the clinic. And Dr. Deborah Bailey-Comber, she is helping with recruiting of the dental help. And really those two, her and her husband Marty, really organized the dental area with our RAM folks. And it serviced a lot of people. It was a great setup.
A couple other doctors on the list as well. Dr. Martin Crombie. Did I just say that one?
Yeah.
Dr. Martin Crombie, yeah. And then you mentioned J.P. Ducro and his wife Peggy.
Yep. JP helped out a lot with, he's our county commissioner, of course, and JP is a tireless worker. If anybody knows JP, and he does a great job going around. He helps set up all of our hospitality end of the clinic. He did a great job. And his wife, Peggy, represents the Asheville County Medical Department, so she came and last year they provided immunizations and just some general information about the county health, and she had a table set up there, so it was great.
Of course, JP's been on our show before, one of our great commissioners here in Asheville County. Dr. John DeCato, I think you mentioned him a little bit.
Yeah, it's Dr. Lori DeCato's husband. Those two have been integral parts of this from the beginning, and he takes care of his job is building the grounds kind of end of it on the community host group.
And Andy
Chiodo. Yeah, he's out of the Walmart organization, and Andy has done a great job in helping to organize the optical end of it. It's quite a setup, and each of these areas within the old Dillard's has their own general areas set up, and so there's receiving areas, there's triage places, and there's actual place where they go and get the treatment by the doctors, and then they make the glasses and everything right on site. So Andy has done a great job of helping to pull all that together.
And of course yourself. So what a great RAM leadership team. And now you have these profile breakfasts every first Wednesday of the month, I believe.
Yeah, there's various aspects. A lot of the people in the community host group will go around to various spots. Today is my turn by invite here. Appreciate that here on your program, Chuck. And whether it's a breakfast or one of the chamber of commerces around the county, or maybe a ministerial association, would be glad to come and speak to you, share a little bit more in detail with your sphere of influence as we can get word around the county about what RAM is all about and how it can benefit the people of our community.
And where are these breakfast series held?
I know some of these I think are held at Kent State. I'm not sure where all
Okay.
the rest of them are held at.
Okay, I see Kent State University is one of the sponsors of RAM, along with the Gazette newspapers.
Yeah, we have a lot of supporters last year. We had a huge list of people that made financial donations, in-kind donations. Actually, it's one of the things. We have a budget of about $46,000 this year to help make this clinic happen. And of course, this is all volunteer and donation driven. There's no seed money, if you will. This is all coming from the community to help pull this off, to give near $500,000 worth of medical care free to the community. So if you are able to help out, there's an opportunity. We encourage everybody to send it. You can send a check or an in-kind donation to Asheville Civic Development Corporation and put RAM Asheville in the memo line, and we will receive it through there, and we will utilize the funds to make this happen.
Mm-hmm. We were talking about how people can volunteer. What do they have to do? Who do they contact to volunteer?
Yeah, to volunteer, again, you just go to www.ramusa.org, and you can sign up for the volunteer in the various days of the clinic. Just look for the Asheville Clinic on there, and you can sign up for various times that you can help out, and RAM will communicate back with you on emails when you are scheduled to be at the clinic for your service time.
Of course, you have this little
Yeah.
sheet here.
Yep.
Some of the stuff you've already talked about, like the free vision, eye exams, even glaucoma testing, eyeglasses made on site, like you said.
Yep.
A lot of good things here, free dental, free medical, all kinds of screenings, blood pressure, cholesterol, and all that kind of stuff as well.
Yeah, yes. As a matter of fact, Denise helped set it up with some of some of that testing was done there, and chiropractic services. One of the things that helped this year, one of the limitations we had at the clinic last year, was the number of physicians that we could bring in. And one thing that happened as a direct result of the RAM clinic last year is in the state of Ohio, it was mandated by law that even if you had a qualified licensed practitioner out of state who wanted to come and volunteer, since they weren't licensed in Ohio, they couldn't provide services. Well, House Bill 541 was recently passed in the state of Ohio, which allows non-Ohio health professionals to help at charity events. So now, of course, Big Connie, we're so close to the PA border. Well, any optician or medical doctor wanted to help, they couldn't cross the line to come help. But now this new legislation that was just passed, now they can come help. So we're hoping to have more medical providers as well, too, which will really help the number of services that we can provide.
Mm-hmm. So you got some other information for us?
Yeah, this is all some of the breakdown last year of some of those services by individuals, the overall total care, the number of glasses, extractions, fillings, cleanings, and medical exams. It was RAM summarizes all of that, gives us information back while they take records, because some of it is there's a certain registration period when people come in, and then they'll get escorted to their area of service. And part of that reason for the registration is simply because if there needs to be a follow-up or a feedback, or for some particular case of glasses, maybe yours couldn't be made on site, they will make it at their lab in Tennessee, and then they will ship it back up here for you to be able to pick up. And so that's one of the reasons we have to have a little bit of a follow-up opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Excuse me. So when someone comes in now to register, do they have to, I can't remember if you talked about it yet, do they have to bring any kind of proof that they do not have insurance?
No
ID,
like no financial proof, none of that. No, all you have to do is just show up. First come, first serve. Like I said, the RAM clinic is set to, its intent is to help those who are uninsured, underinsured, or simply just can't afford the services that are provided. I know sometimes we talk about the cost of glasses or even dental care can sometimes be prohibitive. We may have medical insurance, we may not have vision and dental insurance, or maybe have some limited capability of each. So this is an opportunity to kind of come and get these services for free.
And again, this is a 3-day event, April 5th, 6th, and 7th. And clinic begins at 6 a.m., no ID required, open to everybody.
Right, and we'll be actually be lit each day, because it is a first come, first serve, right around 3 o'clock in the morning. RAM itself will start distributing the number of tickets that are available for each service that day. And so again, first come, first serve.
And this is on the grounds, of course, at the Ashtabula Town Square. And you would advise people to come early and pick a number. Did you say pick a number?
Yeah.
Or get a number?
Yeah, because you're going to want to pick. Because you're going to want to, each time, if you get through, say you need the pair of eyeglasses, you want to get into the eyeglasses line first. But then maybe you need to get your teeth checked. Well, you're going to have to get through the eyeglasses line first, then come back, and there's enough tickets for the dental. However, you can come back the next day and get in line for the dental. So you can get multiple services. It is possible maybe in a single day, but at least over the multiple days, you might be able to get into the service that you need. So people are welcome to do that as well.
So you'll have signs for all these stations?
Oh, yeah.
And that's where the volunteers will all be?
Yep, and yeah, absolutely. Help get you directed where you need to go.
Sounds like something really good, and that people can take advantage of great service you guys are putting on.
Yeah, and that's one of the things we believe is important. There is a lot we understand and realize. Everybody understands the impact of medical and dental and vision costs. It's just it's a way that it is in our country, and it's an expense, and some can't afford it, and so we're grateful for the opportunity with all the volunteers and the medical professionals that donated their time, and RAM. They bring in their trucks, and with all this equipment, it's amazing how this thing sets up, and it's all there to provide these services on this weekend.
So if someone wants more information on this, is there a number or anything they can call or contact somebody?
Yes, you can call 865-579-1530. You can also you can email us at ramashtabula@gmail.com, ramashtabula@gmail.com, and people will be glad to get back with you and respond. You feel free to call me at the church at 440-563-3407 if you have any questions. And again, if you want to help out even financially with this, probably even your viewers, if you could help spread the word. Maybe if you know somebody who has this need, who is underinsured, uninsured, or simply can't afford it, and they need some dental or eye care services or general medical, women's health, things like that, spread the word. Let people know that it's here. This is a great resource and a free resource. All you have to do is come and take advantage of it. Spread word. Or if you want to help financially, to help somebody else out, that's a great opportunity as well. And so you can send your donations into Ashtabula Civic Development Corporation. The Ashtabula CDC is like our bank for this. They're helping taking the monies in and account for us. And so that they've been a great help. And that could be, and put RAM Ashtabula in the memo line. That could be sent to P.O. Box 131, Ashtabula, Ohio 44005.
So even though we're still about 2 months away from this, people can start volunteering now.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I strongly encourage you. And in fact, you have an opportunity to volunteer with RAM all around the country. If you go out, they'll show the various clinics that are going on, and you can help at any time of the year. They have them all over the country.
I see they have a website, ramusa.org.
Yes, and as a matter of fact, that website out there, it's pretty nice because they actually have sometimes little testimonials, how people have done, what the clinics have been like. They have some videos of various clinics that have happened throughout the country, and you can see that out there online too at www.ramusa.org, and you can see those things for yourself firsthand.
Well, Steve, it's been nice having you in. Congratulations on this, and keep up the good work.
Well, thanks for having me out. I appreciate it, and thank you to all of you who helped make this possible.
Steve Arsulic, RAM Leadership Team, my guest today on Around the Town with Chuck.